Hey, so we're looking now at a micro Zords Megazord from the Operation Overdrive. Much like the other one, if I'm doing this in the right order, this one right here, these come apart, they form Zords, and if you watch the show, you probably know what they have. I thought the Operation Overdrive was like with a scuba tank. I don't know which one this is, so I'm like, again, I just bought these a long time ago, and I did buy them retail, so I should have all the parts in here. So I don't know if they're supposed to be a weapon because I don't see where you'd put it. As far as being a giant Megazord, it's, let's see, how big is this thing? Going to the back would be the highest thing. It is about 12.5 centimeters tall. For Americans, we are about 5 inches tall on this thing. Again, this is part of the micro Megazord, so you're supposed to be able to pull them apart, and I think you can actually rearrange them across the things, because I remember having other ones. So it turns into like a little car as part of it. That's pretty cool. I like that car. It reminds me more of SPD, but like a fire truck or something. Looks like a little ambulance. Okay. Then this big one, let's see, does anything come apart, or do I just fold it and fold it and fold it and do her? Looks like the head's going to try to come off or something. All right. Again, I didn't watch the show maybe 1 or 2 times. I was like, nah, this is not for me. This was after I started getting into the Sentai, and then the Sentai was like, after watching it, it was like hard to go back to watching the American stuff. I have a feeling that's going to come apart because the way the wheels are on this thing. All right, well, that came apart. Okay, so there's something, and I bet some of this stuff's going to go on it. Some of this gibberish stuff. I keep feeling this has got to come off. I don't want to end up breaking this. I mean, I've had this since it came out when it was new, and it seems like it was just yesterday, but I'm sure this has been like decades ago now. I keep wanting to take those guns off, but if I take them off and they aren't supposed to come off, and I'm not going to be able to fix that. All right, so my suspicion is this goes on top of this. Okay, I see how it goes. There's little hands in there or something. It looks like those little hands, but I guess it's part of the legs. All right, does the head come off, or nope? There it is bolted down, so I don't know what it. Oh, there we go. Okay, so it turns into like a little water cannon. Maybe this is like a giant fire truck, and then ta-da! I feel like I'm still missing something here. I'm sure somebody in the comments will let me know what the heck I'm doing wrong. You know, when you do something right, nobody says anything. When you do something wrong, people are like, oh, you did this wrong. And how dare you not like my show? I always get that from people like, how dare you? I love that show. Well, hey, everybody has their own opinion, and opinions are like butts. Everybody has one, and a few stink. But we all get along. I don't know. I think that's supposed to be it. I have absolutely no idea. Was this actually even in the show? Again, this looks like an SPD vehicle. This is like an SP ambulance, and like, you know, how Space Patrol Delta was actually Special Police declarar. So I guess this would be Space Ambulance or Space Hospital. And this could be, of course, the fire truck, the fire marshal. So I don't know. Like, looks like a fire truck. Looks like the fire marshal. Looks like a medic vehicle, I guess you would say, because they go out there, they give like oxygen tanks to the people who they just rescued. So it's okay. I mean, it's pretty cool like that, but not why I buy robots. I mean, you know, people go, I know people like robots that don't turn into cars and stuff. Hey, guess what? That's what I grew up on. I grew up with Shogun Warriors, and they look like they turned into robots, and of course in the cartoons they did, which we never saw in America. So I just loved them for what they were. Oh, we gotta take this apart first. Okay, so that's why the legs are just bricks. That bricks. The house. Okay, you gotta line them up just right. That's mighty. Gotta listen. Oh, hang out. She's a brick. Was it like this? Was that the right arm? Because I'm trying to keep them on the same sides because I knew I'd get mixed up on that. Yeah, and that's supposed to be hands. Well, you're right. All right, so come on. Okay, so we got to get it locked into the top up there on the very top, which is kind of hard to get to because I don't have little teeny tiny fingers to squeeze it in there. Is there anything in the front I'm supposed to lock in first? Nope, just push it down. So I think that's how it was originally. But so is this one you picked up? Is this one you would want to pick up? I'm just curious. I'm not all selling it. I always feel like, do you want to buy this? Well, do you want? No, I am not selling this. I love picking up robots that can do this right here. Just be a brick. That's all I need. When I was growing up, I had a lot of Shogun Warriors that were about this size, but they were mostly made out of die-cast metal. And the only things that they did was their arms went up, and they had little firing missiles on their fists fired. Which is why if you ever look at old Shogun Warriors, you'll never find fist on them. Because those things fired and got lost. If anybody still has their fist on their Shogun Warriors, I'd love to see it. I would love to see it. I keep on thinking, like my brother, what am I saying? My cousin, my brother didn't like this stuff. My cousin, who was 1 year older than me, he used, the deodorants like Brute that were in the round cylinder containers. He was trying to use those to replace the fist on his Mezinga and on the legs. Because in case like some of the legs we got, like if you ever go to anywhere like flea markets, people are selling ones that kids obviously beat the crap out of those things. I took care of mine. So he would get a few and try to repair them and fix them. When I was like, that's good, that's a great idea. So those little cylinders that your deodorant's in, you're just going to throw them away anyway, and they're plastic containers. They're perfect for this kind of thing. So yeah, and putting those onto the nubs, at least did most of the fist. Then you could put something on the fist to make it look kind of like a fist from a distance. But we didn't have all the technology you guys have nowadays with like laser printers or whatever those printers are that do plastic. But we would have died for that back then. It would have been awesome. So yeah, these are pretty fun, pretty neat. If you like transform them, kudos to you if you can do that. I just like them the way they look. So far, if I do this the correct order on the YouTubes, those are the 4 that I had in this one bag in my container here. I'm gonna go through the container and get out some more, and hope you guys enjoy this. Let me know below, comment, like, subscribe. Why am I saying all that stuff? I feel like I'm selling myself.